Hi, this is Coach Conrad from the Ranchod Law Group. Today we're going to talk about the Conrad 30 waiver. The Conrad 30 waiver was designed to address the healthcare shortage in the United States. Each state has 30 slots available for physicians, and the Conrad 30 waiver program targets primary care physicians. That includes general medicine, pediatrics, OBGYN. Specialists can also apply for a Conrad 30 waiver, but that's subject to each state's own unique requirements. So each state does have their own unique filing requirements. You want to start the process early. For instance, Texas, you have to apply on September 1st, 2010, and California on October 1st, 2010. So what do you need in order to qualify for the Conrad 30 program? You need a medical degree or foreign degree equivalent, pass USMLEs 1, 2, and 3, be ECFMG certified, have a specific contract for employment. That's very important that the contract terms meet the requirements of the Conrad 30 program. Work in a designated shortage area. So our strategy is first to determine whether or not the facility is in a designated shortage area, look at the state's requirements, because the state interprets what a designated shortage area is in further detail, and they have their own nuanced requirements. And then what we do is we verify that the state is accepting applications, because each state does only have 30 slots. So what we'll do is we'll demonstrate that a need for the placement exists, address the disparities in the access to health care, and show that the requirements of the federal program have been met, and our goal is to get a recommendation letter from the state health department. So what is the procedure in filing for a Conrad 30 waiver application? First, we'll file an application with the state's Department of Health, and this is a multi-layered process. So we file with the state health department, then they'll forward it to the Department of State, then the Department of State will forward it to the USCIS, and then finally get an approval, and then we can go ahead and finally file for the H-1B. So that is the Conrad 30 program in a nutshell. I invite you to contact our office to learn more about the Conrad 30 program.